This is Jacob Soccer 13 here, and this is going to be the first episode of a new series that I'm going to be doing. And it's basically a bunch of different squad builders, but I'm not going to be playing with the squads. And a lot of players I haven't played with, a lot of them I have. I'm going to go over how much the squad costs, and like individual players, which ones are the weak points and the strong points in the squad. And you could make these teams if you wanted to. Just kind of going through and seeing which nationalities or leagues have the better squads. I'm going to try not to go over like 400,000 coins, uh, just because not very many people have that many coins. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the goalkeeper. And this is going to be the Colombian one, by the way, in this episode. And the goalkeeper is going to be Ospina. Now, Colombia doesn't really have a lot of goalkeepers. You could use a sim for him if you had the extra coins for him. He's a decent keeper. I've never used him in game, except for in online seasons, and I'm not really impressed with that many goalkeepers in FIFA. So, you know, he's only 75 rated, but the inform is probably a lot better in game. Probably one of the weak points of this team, I'd say. And then on to the center backs, and going for with the 3-4-1-2 formation, by the way. Okay, so the first one is going to be Christian Zapata, the AC Milan center back, who is pretty decent in game. I've used him in Ultimate Team a couple of times, and in online seasons he's not bad, but he's not great either. Got decent pace and good heading and defending stats. Okay, now on to the next center back, and it's going to be Pereira, the 84 pace center back. Yeah, 84 pace center back. He's actually not that tall, so I'm gonna put him out on the left side. Because you want your the most central center back to be taller. And okay, onto the right center back is going to be the first of a couple of MLS players in this team, and it's going to be Olav, the center back for the Red Bulls. And I have used him in game. He's pretty decent. Um, you could get this one other player, Murillo, to put in there, and I'd probably go with the center back, the inform one for the center back position over him. If you have the extra coins. Otherwise, Olav's probably the best third choice center back in Colombia. And now on to the left mid. And this one, you could go with Armero, but I don't like those 2-star skill moves. Could go with Zuniga, but only 3-star skill moves. I went with Bourbano here, who I've used a couple of times. He's pretty decent in game. There's three. I don't know why there's two of these, but he's transferred. I don't know which one of these is transferred. I just buy whichever one's cheapest in my Colombian team. And anyways, on to the center mid. Now the right mid, well, I actually did the right mid first. Right mid is one of the strong points of the team, and it's going to be Juan Cuadrado from Fiorentina. There we go. And there is a left wing form of him, but he's in form. He's going to be more expensive, and I'm perfectly fine with the right mid. He's one of my favorite right midfielders to use because he's got the pace, the dribbling, decent passing, and 4-star skill moves. Okay, now on to the center mids. The first one is going to be Guarin, who is solid in game. Any Serie A or Colombian team has to have him in it, and he's not that expensive either. His lowest trait is 76 defending, so his highest is 83. So stats between 76 defending and 83 dribbling, all the stats in between there are going to be very good for center mid. He's got a little bit of everything. Got the 82 shooting as well, 82 passing, 78 heading, 78 pace. Just a great all-around player. And the other center mid is going to be actually a more offensive-minded midfielder, and it's actually going to be from the offensive mid position. It's going to be Quintero for Porto. I recently started using him. Doesn't have that good of defensive stats at all. It has a low defensive work rate, but he's amazing in game. And this team is mainly based on attack. If you can attack well, you don't need to be able to defend. And I'm not that great at defending anyways. So he's a very good player. And a lot of good players in the Portuguese league. He's one of them that you might not think would actually do good. But anyways, on to the offensive mid, And this is where the squad starts to get expensive. It is going to be the Inform Rodriguez. And you could switch this around a little bit, put that Quintero in the offensive mid position, and put a different center mid in there. But if you have the coins, definitely get Rodriguez. He is amazing in game. Uh, as an offensive mid, 89 passing, 89 dribbling, 83 shooting, and 81 pace is amazing. And he also has 4-star skills as well. So on to the two strikers, and these are two of the most overpowered strikers in the game. On the right-hand side, we have Ibarbo, who a lot of people really like in this game. I'm one of those people. Any squad that I use, I try to put him into, because he's one of very few players that I completely love using in game. He scores all kinds of goals. And another player that I really like using in game is Jackson Martinez. Now you could put Falcao there, and you could put let's see, Adrian Ramos, and then a couple of others. But these two I would say are probably the best in game. If you could put Falcao in this offensive mid position instead of Rodriguez, but I'd say that Rodriguez is probably going to do better there. And I personally don't like Falcao that much in game. So there's the squad. The weak points are going to be this Perea here, the left center back. He's not that tall, and he only has a medium defensive work rate. So do the other two, but at least they have the height, and they can stay back a little bit and win headers. But he doesn't win as much headers. He's only 180 centimeters tall, so that's one of the weak points. They don't really have that many center backs, but they don't have outside backs either. So it's mainly just an attacking team. The other weak point is obviously the goalkeeper, and those are probably the only two. So the only thing concerning is the defense. If you wanted to, you could probably make this in a Serie A hybrid, and just take out him, move him over here, and then put Buffon and Chiellini there, and probably still get 100 chemistry pretty easily. And other than that, the strong points of the team are going to be Ibarbo up front, Cuadrado on the right, Rodriguez, Guarin, pretty much all these players in this region. The left mid is pretty decent, and these two center backs are also decent, but a very, very strong team. None of these players have done that bad in game for me, so I would strongly approve of all of them. The next episode of this is probably going to be out tomorrow. I'm trying to put one of these out once per day. The next squad I'll do, I don't know, could do Belgium, could do a bigger European team, or maybe a big league like the Ligue BBVA, or a small league. I'll decide tomorrow. So that'll be the new video. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.